Welcome to Bald Guy DIY. In this video, I'm going to try out some spray painting techniques that I found on another YouTube channel, and I can't wait to see how they turn out. A while ago, I found a YouTube channel called Kotresh Koti, where the creator produces a lot of really neat artistic works using spray paint and other types of medium. But the spray paint's what really attracted my attention, because he used these homemade templates to make a bunch of really cool designs while showing off different techniques and styles that you could use. I wanted to create a new background for some of my less project-like videos, and so I thought it would be great to incorporate a couple of these techniques and see if I can pull off a really cool new look. Let me know in the comments how you think it turns out. So without further delay, let's get shaking. Okay, so ridiculous can shaking dance moves aside, I'm going to tape off the area that I need with 2-inch painter's tape and use this masking paper 9 inches wide in order to create more of a barrier from overspray. And then I'm going to use these 4 colors, 2 different colors of blue, a white, and an aluminum. Start by marking out the spacing I want around the edges. I measured the wall, decided I wanted a 10-inch border along the sides and top, and then I wanted 30 inches from the bottom to the beginning of the design. And then after marking all of those places, I'm just going to connect the marks with the painter's tape in order to get a nice straight line. Now I could have made this a little bit straighter just by using straight edge to mark a pencil line first that I could follow with the tape, but I didn't think it had to be perfect, as most of the time I'm not going to use the entire design in frame. After finishing with the tape border, I'm now going to add the masking paper in order to get that extra overspray barrier, an extra 9 inches, which overall is going to make the whole overspray barrier about 10 inches. Now when you actually start spraying spray paint indoors like this, you'll find the overspray gets everywhere. So I definitely should be covering the floor as well, which I forgot to do, and as many other surfaces as possible because the overspray does get everywhere. A little more ridiculous can shaking, and now it's time to start spraying on the background design. I'm using one of the techniques that Kotresh uses in the background of his designs. He didn't use it in the particular template that I'm going to use, but I decided I could incorporate the 2 techniques together. So first I'm laying down stripes of the different colors, a navy blue, a lighter blue, and the white, and then I'm just going to go fill in a little bit more so that it doesn't look quite as obvious, maybe just makes a little bit more of a mix of the 3 different colors. I'm hoping that when I put the template and the design on after, it's really going to pop with that colored background. Next, I'm going to make the template, and it started in the video with an 8 by 10 inch rectangle, which I'm going to duplicate here. And then using a rounded surface like the edge of this pail, I'm just going to connect the 2 lengthwise corners and create that semicircle design on both sides, which is going to create that sort of scooped look of the template. That all traced out, I'm just going to cut it out with scissors and have it ready to go in the shape that I need. And unlike when I use the background spray, I'm going to make sure that I wear gloves this time. My hands are dirty enough with the overspray from the background, but I really noticed in this case that the artist also got a ton of paint on his hands because of spraying the template so close to his fingers. You can see the final shape taking place there. Now all I need to do is add a handle, so I'm just going to cut a little strip of cardboard off here, and I'm going to attach it with some double-sided Gorilla Tape. The Gorilla Tape may be unnecessary, but I like the idea that the handle wasn't going to come off. The Gorilla Tape is really strong, and so it's going to make a very strong bond between the handle and the backing of the template. And now it's time to start laying down the pattern. Just like you did in the video, I'm just gonna alternate the directions, and I'm only gonna spray the rounded portions of the template. So as it alternates back and forth, it's creating these different patterns here that you can see that, kind of mirror the look of the template, except with more rounded end. Doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot when you first start off, but I find that as you go and you start to see the pattern repeating and popping more and more, it really starts to give it a little bit of a 3D feel, as though the pieces are interconnected, going in and out of the wall. And I thought that was really cool. Here I made a little bit of a mistake. I put it in the wrong direction and it created this little bit of a diamond pattern in the middle. It looked a little bit funny, but as you look at the entire wall, unless you're really looking at it, you don't even notice it. And it doesn't ruin the illusion of the whole wall. When you're doing something like this over and over again, easy to get a little disoriented sometimes. So I had to really kind of focus sometimes and readjust how I was looking at it so that it still made sense to me. After you've done it a while, you get a little bit complacent, and that's where it's easy to make mistakes. As you come to the edges, you see that you just put a little bit of the design to finish off the edge. It doesn't need to be a full part of the design. You can just use little bits of the template in order to kind of give it that finished look and make it look like the pattern repeats beyond the borders of the frame. It's actually super satisfying to watch it pop off the wall right in front of your eyes, and it's even more exciting when you remove all the masking and you can see the way that it looks like it comes off the wall as your eyes get fooled by that repeating pattern. Entire wall design done. You can see you do kind of get that texture that makes it look like it is not just a flat surface, but it might be three-dimensional. Once I gave it a little bit of time, 15 minutes or so to dry, and I did go around and remove all the masking. We did a really poor job here of getting that nice and level, but you can see the finished product. So here it is, the finished wall, and I'm really excited with the way it turned out. I hope to be able to use this background on videos that maybe aren't quite as project-based, maybe sharing tips and tricks or ideas, thoughts on DIY practices, all of that kind of stuff. If you enjoy these kind of videos, please let me know in the comments, or if you've tried similar painting projects, let me know how they turned out and what you would do differently next time. If you haven't yet checked out the channel for the original artist who inspired me, I've got a link in the description. Check out his work. It's really cool with all the different techniques that he uses and all of these different kinds of homemade templates that really create a bunch of unique and interesting designs. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing that and check back weekly as I post a new video every weekend. Send me an email if you'd like or follow me on Twitter. My information's in the description below. And until next time, in all your DIY projects, no matter what pattern or color they bring, don't be afraid to be bolder.